Massive manhunt going on in Jackson, Tennessee right now, where authorities say they found Austin Drummond's empty vehicle. They say he was last seen in Jackson on Wednesday and believe he may still be in the area. He is considered armed and dangerous, and they are telling residents to be on alert.
Quadruple murder mystery involving a baby found abandoned but alive there. Hours later, the baby's father, mother, grandmother, and uncle all found dead, and police have named a suspect.
Doherty hopes Drummond
is killed. He murdered 4 people. He needs to die.
Hey y'all. Okay, since I uploaded my video yesterday, there's been some major updates in the case. But before I get into the major updates in this case, if you haven't already, please go ahead and like this video. It really helps to push it out so more people can see the coverage. And while you're at it, please drop a comment and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future updates. Make sure after you subscribe, you turn your notifications on so you're the first to know when I post. I truly appreciate everyone's support. Now, getting into this, as the district attorney emphasized yesterday during the press conference, new information is coming in about this case every 5 to 10 minutes. And since I posted my last video yesterday, there have been some more major developments. But if you haven't saw my video from yesterday, please be sure to check it out. She is no longer in a relationship with Austin and is now his ex-girlfriend and have requested privacy during this difficult time. What's also come to light is that before getting into a relationship with Austin, she already had a daughter, and here's where it gets even more complicated. Sources are now reporting that she met Austin while she was working as a correctional officer at the prison where he was released from. So that detail has now been publicly confirmed, and I am going to play that for you. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. The father of her daughter has now spoken out, but before this tragedy happened, he had already exposed the relationship and made allegation towards her helping Austin get things into the prison. So I'm also going to play that news clip for you as well. Now, as I mentioned in my last video, Austin's vehicle has been recovered. Many residents have expressed relief because apparently he was living out of his car. So it's the hopes that since his car has been retrieved, that maybe he will soon be apprehended. Now, the footage that you're seeing now is actually live coverage of authorities retrieving the vehicle. Now, apparently his vehicle, which is a 2016 Audi, was stuck in the mud, and it took authorities a little bit of time, but they were able to get the vehicle out. Now, many people are questioning how, if he recently served 13 years in prison, was he able to afford a 2006 Audi? The police has not released any additional information other than to say that this is his vehicle. As far as how he was able to afford it, whose vehicle it may have been, if he was just driving it, all they have said was that this vehicle was connected to him. Now, something else people are wondering is if he is getting help. During yesterday's press conference, this question was posed, and I'm also going to play that for you as well. Now, let's get into this first update, which is about the relationship to Austin's relationship to this case.
Information coming out every day. The sister of one of the murder victims worked at the prison where Drummond was held until she was let go from her job. Our WREG's Melissa Moon is live tonight in Jackson as the search for Drummond continues. Melissa?
The TBI held a briefing here after finding Drummond's abandoned car. They still don't have him, but say they are doing everything they can to find him and keep the public safe. Helicopters hover over parts of Jackson after authorities located Austin Drummond's abandoned vehicle in a wooded area of this neighborhood on MCO Road. Several hours later, the 2016 white Audi was towed away. Neighbors glad to see it go.
Because that was basically his place of living, and now it's gone. So where's he going to live? I mean, he can live under trees, but
You're going to get saved.
Federal, state, and local officers searched for Drummond in the surrounding area at an apartment complex less than a half mile from where they found the car, but left empty-handed. This mother of 5 who lives there was concerned after she saw all the police vehicles and found out who they were looking for.
I think it's crazy. We came from California, so it's definitely crazy.
The TBI says the last confirmed sighting of Drummond was Wednesday in Jackson, a day after the bodies of James Wilson, Adrianna Williams, Cortney Rose, and Braydon Williams were found in Lake County, and an infant related to them was left abandoned in a stranger's yard 40 miles away in Dyer County. The TBI director believes Drummond is still in the area. He's asking residents to stay vigilant and Drummond to turn himself in.
He is considered armed and dangerous. This is why we're advising the public not to engage with him, to call us if you see him, if you have information about his whereabouts, to reach out through the 1-800-TBI Find line.
And the TBI and U.S. Marshals are offering a $15,000 reward for information that leads to Drummond's arrest.
Okay, so as you just heard, the news clip confirmed is that at the time of this tragedy, Austin was in a relationship, and the lady who he was in a relationship with, she was a correctional guard at the state penitentiary, but her employment has now been terminated. Now, as you see here, I have a picture, and it's from Austin's profile, and it's public, so I'm not showing anything that shouldn't be shown. But on September the 7th, 2024, he celebrated his first week out of the state penitentiary. Now, if you haven't checked out my video from yesterday, please be sure to do so, because there was a parole hearing in 2024 that lays out so much information about his time in prison. Remember, he went up for parole in 2020, and as you see in this picture from 2024, this is when he got out. In 2020, you'll hear in his parole hearing, and you'll hear the details of why he was in prison. They had a letter from the district attorney's office, and now I have that letter here before you, and the district attorney at the time opposed Austin being released. And in the letter, what he stated was, I have been notified of the above defendant's parole hearing set on July the 23rd, 2020 at the West Tennessee State Penitentiary. This is the penitentiary where he met his girlfriend. This office strongly opposes his early release on parole. Austin is a dangerous felony offender and confirmed member of the Vice Lords. On July the 31st, 2013, he entered a Circle K convenience store and pointed a revolver at the victim in this case as he demanded money from her. He was convicted by a jury of aggravated robbery. After his trial, he then made a phone call to his father where he threatened the jurors and the victim in this case. He made statements saying they are going to regret it and I'll be out one day. His behavior while in prison should also be taken into consideration. He has 25 disciplinary actions against him that includes refusing orders, drug possession, defiance, and being in a possession of a deadly weapon. This type of behavior clearly demonstrates that he has no desire for rehabilitation and is not capable of living among society. Now, keep in mind, there's been a lot of backlash because, as we have learned, Austin had pending charges for allegedly attempting to murder someone while he was incarcerated. Okay, so the reason why he was able to get out is because he served the 13 years for that incarceration. After he served the 13 years, they were working in the background to put a case on him. They put a case on him before he was released, but they gave him a bond. He was able to post that bond, and he was currently free on an attempted murder charge at the time when he committed this crime. Now, there's been backlash, there's been back and forth comments saying he should have never gotten a bond, and maybe this would have been prevented, because if he would have went to trial, potentially been found guilty, then he would have never been out. Drop your thoughts and let me know, what are your thoughts about this case right now so far? Now I am going to play the news clip, which is Austin's girlfriend, who now says she's the ex-girlfriend. It's the father of her daughter.
Talking only with Fox 13 News.
feeling in the world like not knowing if your kid's okay or not.
Now, as we continue to untangle this web, a man who says he has a child by the woman thought to be Drummond's connection to the murder victim is talking only with Fox 13 News. Last night, Fox 13 told you a family member said on social media that Drummond was in a relationship with the sister of the woman killed. Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson is in Dyer County live. Daniel, you talked with Cade Butler, the man we just heard from, and this is the closest we've gotten to anyone connected to the victim so far.
That is right. DJ, good evening to you. Good evening to you at home. The man who I spoke with says he had concerns about Drummond far before this happened, but he admits he did not know he was capable of what he's accused of.
I had a feeling like he was a bad guy, you know, just by looking at him.
Cade Butler is concerned about his 4-year-old daughter.
Well, he went to prison for the first time. I found it online. Just whenever my daughter moved off with this man, I wanted to know about him, you know. So I did a little research, and, you know, just by what I read, I could tell he wasn't a good guy.
He says his daughter's mother not long ago dated Austin Drummond. The 28-year-old is charged with killing 4 family members. Butler says one of the victims, 38-year-old Cortney Rose, is a sister of his child's mother.
Whenever I seen that her sister and her sister's kids have been killed, I figured it has something to do with him, but I didn't think it was him.
Butler says he's not had contact with his daughter or her mother since 2024 because of a restraining order.
Her mother moved off with him when he got out of prison, and she left the prison working. So it was, I mean, she uprooted my daughter from everything she knew, you know, with him. So I knew something wasn't right.
He's just hoping his daughter is safe.
There's no feeling in the world like not knowing if your kid's okay or not.
Okay, so if you haven't already done so, please be sure to like this video and drop a comment to let me know your thoughts about what he just said. Now, this case is very complicated, so how are you feeling about it so far? Now, keep in mind that there's still an active manhunt underway for Austin. And as of the time I'm recording this, which is the date I'm recording this, August the 2nd, 2025, 38-year-old Cortney Rose, which we know amongst the victims, 2 of them were also her children. As far as what triggered this, what happened, the manner in which they were taken, the police have not officially released a statement. There's speculation, but there's no confirmation from authorities as far as what led up to this. Now, in the press conference, they did say yesterday, one of the reporters posed the question if drugs was involved, and the police did respond to that and say that the investigation is still ongoing and they don't want to compromise the integrity of it, which I'm going to play some of the press conference too. Now, moving forward, what you see is before he went to the news, keep in mind, Austin, as I covered in this video, September 2024, Austin was celebrating his first week out of prison. Okay, so kind of immediately after that, this man who you just heard from, he made a post on social media. And what he said is, laugh out loud. This is the low life you have my daughter living with, shaking my head. Now, he also did say he's been unable to see his daughter because the mother took out a restraining order. What led up to that? He didn't go into details about that, but he did say he's unable to see his daughter. Now, what he shared in that post was the news article basically saying that Austin, as we know, have been tried as an adult in armed robbery, kidnapping, and because of the events that unfolded, that's what Austin was given the 13 years for, and he served that sentence flat out. Most of that had to do too with some of his conduct while he was in the penitentiary. Again, if you haven't checked it out, go and listen to yesterday's video because there's a lot more information about that. Now, there were some comments after he made this post about Austin. There were people coming to his defense. And one of the things that he responded and said, he said, you know, I believe he meant to say taking drugs into prison have to do with Karen Swift. You and relevant dude that just wants attention any way you can get it. So he was saying that, you know, bringing someone else's name into the situation has nothing to do with the fact that the mother of his daughter allegedly was taking contraband into the state penitentiary for Austin. So anything else is irrelevant. And there were people that were making comments just saying, basically, why are you telling it? It has nothing to do with you. And, you know, that was his response. So moving forward, remember I told you guys that the girlfriend's family, Austin's now ex-girlfriend, came forward and defended her. Now, this is a post, and she says that she's the sister-in-law. And she said, yes, we are all well aware. We were informed yesterday, and I have been trying to process as a family. Please, for the love of God, do not harass any of our family members, friends, etc. My husband, kids, and I loved Austin dearly and are so distraught and confused and just want answers. Please do not call us or my sister-in-law. She is trying her absolute best to process and get through this. Everybody is at a loss for words, and we just want justice served for our family. So this was posted immediately after Austin was named as a suspect, and there were accusations that were being made that his girlfriend was potentially involved, that she was hiding him. Again, police have not confirmed, other than Austin being named as a suspect, they have not named anyone else. Okay, so moving forward, she made another post, and it was quite a lengthy post. Now, so I'm just going to read some of the most critical parts here. She said, Cortney Rose, my husband and Austin's girlfriend are siblings. She said, Adrianna and Braydon are our niece and nephew. And keep in mind, that's Cortney Rose. That's her daughter and her son that were tragically taken. Austin was, and she says, his boyfriend at one time. Yes, he was close to our family. Yes, we cared about him and thought he cared about us. He has literally been nothing short of amazing to us and our kids every time he has been around. And up to this point, he has been amazing to our niece. We never expected him to cause any harm to anyone, much less anyone in our family. We are heartbroken. We are confused. We are devastated. We are mortified. We are hurting. Our kids are hurting. If you think for 1 second that people only get hurt by strangers, look up 90% of cases. A lot of times it's someone close to them that at one time showed love and support to them. Sometimes it's even their own spouse. So please think before you comment something ugly. Yes, we thought we knew him. His girlfriend thought she knew him. Cortney and everyone else thought they knew him. We all trusted him. We want justice for my sister-in-law, niece, nephew, for my sister-in-law, niece, nephew, and niece's boyfriend more than anything. So this is the post that she shared, and this is what the news outlets have been circulating. And she wanted to shut down rumors that Austin's girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend, is involved or helping him. And she has emphasized that the girlfriend also wants to see him to be brought to justice for these alleged acts. Now, one of the victims, remember, he was taken away and he had a baby with Austin's girlfriend, the niece. So he had a baby with her, and unfortunately he lost his life. His mother made a post and she said, our handsome boy gone too soon. Rest easy with your love, son. We love you more than imagine. We will see y'all sweet baby soon. We have to keep our eyes on the prize, our granddaughter. So this is what the victim's mother wrote. Now the victim's father, he also made a post and he said, and this was aimed towards Austin, and he said, you better hope the police find you before I do. So as of the date of this recording, August the 2nd, Austin has still not been captured. Okay. The Fox 13 News shared this picture of Austin with this post and said a West Tennessee District Attorney confirmed that mass murder suspect Austin is a member of the Vice Lords gang. Again, he has still not been captured. So I'm going to go ahead and play this press conference. Keep in mind that this was shared yesterday, but the visual that they had up at the time wasn't good.
This past Tuesday, we faced a heart-wrenching situation where an infant was found about 3:11 p.m. on Old Highway 20, abandoned in a car seat just off of Highway 412. The baby was immediately cared for by those who saw the infant be dropped off, and EMS was called to evaluate the baby. And I'm glad to report that thankfully the baby is safe and being cared for. And the Dyer County Sheriff's Office does have jurisdiction into the investigation regarding this abandoned child. In addition to the distressing scenario, we're also dealing with 4 tragic homicides that occurred in Lake County. And just as those before me have expressed, our hearts go out to all of those families and friends that have been deeply impacted with pain and grief of the actions that have occurred this week. Each life lost is truly a tragedy, and we extend our deepest sympathies to all of those who are grieving. And we want to assure you that we're doing everything in our power to uncover the truth and to provide answers. I want to take a moment to again express our gratitude to all of the law enforcement partners, state partners, federal, local, who have been tirelessly working around the clock to bring justice to these families. And their dedication and commitment during such challenging times surely are commendable. I must emphasize that our primary focus remains on locating Austin Drummond, who's still considered a suspect at large in these ongoing investigations. Finding him is our singular focus, and we urge anyone with any information regarding his whereabouts to please come forward. Your assistance is crucial in helping us bring closure to these families and restoring peace to our communities. We appreciate your cooperation. We appreciate your patience as this investigation unfolds. Thank you for your understanding as we navigate these sensitive matters, and we will keep you updated with any new developments as they arise. Thank you, Lake County Sheriff Brian Avery, Dyer County Sheriff Jeff Box.
Good afternoon. I'm Derek Tisdale with the Jackson Police Department, Deputy Chief of Police. First, on behalf of the Jackson Police Department and the citizens of this great city, Jackson, Tennessee, we want to express our sincere condolences for the family that has so tragically lost their loved ones. But what I want to speak to is what we're doing in this ongoing effort. In a collaborative effort, we are continuing to partner with the federal, state agencies and to bring about the safe apprehension of this individual, Mr. Drummond. We as a citizen as officers of the Jackson Police Department, we have officers that are dedicated as task force officers and working with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, also with the U.S. Marshal Services. We will continue to do that. We will also continue to bring forth any and all resources that we have that will assist the other agencies in bringing this to bear. What we want, or what I would want to encourage, is that our citizens be aware of your surroundings when you're in or out or around your places of residence. We want you to be mindful of what we're putting out and be attentive to what we're putting out. Because not only are we trying to safely apprehend Mr. Drummond, but we also want to keep you safe. So on behalf of the Jackson Police Department, we will continue to partner with these agencies until this individual has been brought to justice. And if anybody sees this individual, again, I want to reemphasize what everybody else has said. Please call 911 or call the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
There can't be any more tragedy in a family or anything more tragic to happen to a person than the loss of a family member. Unfortunately, we have, in this case, a family who have lost multiple people. And so our heart goes out to the family. It goes out to the family that's going to be dealing with the child and raising a child that has lost both parents now. So our hearts go out to those individuals. I would like to thank the law enforcement. This has been nothing short of impressive with what they've done. As Director Rouse said, they've worked 24 hours a day. I don't think I've ever been so impressed with anyone as I have with the bunch that's worked this. Information has come in so rapidly in this case. It seems like just every 5 to 10 minutes there's new information coming in. So without this team that's here, there's no way we would be where we are at this point. So I want to thank them for that. The other thing is we are dealing with an extremely violent individual. This was what we would think is an isolated incident. It's not anything to where we think the community is in danger because of a person who may be out here randomly targeting people, because we don't think that's the case at all. However, we do need the community to be very careful. We do not need them to try to approach this person. We do need your help. And we appreciate the media being here because there's a lot of things we couldn't do and information we couldn't get out without you. But we need the community as well. So if anyone does have any information, don't approach the individual. Just contact the TBI hotline, call 911, call your local authorities. They will get you to the right person. But just please do not approach this individual. Not only is he known to be a violent offender because of this incident, he's been violent in the past. So we know that this is an individual who could cause a person some damage. So just be very careful when you're out there. And other than that, I'll take questions in a few minutes if you have any, but I want to turn it over. Is someone else want to speak? Yeah, okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the United States Marshal Service, I want to send our sincere condolences to the family of those affected. Again, such a tragic loss. I cannot imagine what they may be going through. And I'm a firm believer that the only way to achieve some type of justice, if you will, is to hold someone accountable. And that's why we are assembled here today. Everyone here, although we may wear different badges, different lapel pins, our agencies have different names. Some are federal, some are state, some are local. But let me assure you, we are unified in our efforts to find Austin Drummond. This individual has shown a propensity for violence, and he needs to be taken off the streets. We would like to do that peacefully. We would like for him to turn himself in. That will be the goal. The goal would be a safe surrender, and that way we can assure that he's taken into custody safely and that there's no injury to law enforcement or the public. But let me assure you of this. The U.S. Marshal Service will not stop until he is in custody. We have our whole team dedicated and prioritizing this incident, and it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when he's found. And it's not just here in West Tennessee, but we don't care about where he may be, other than you giving us the information, and you will get paid, no questions asked. So that is the priority, is for him to turn himself in. But if not, then that reward does stand, and we will gladly take him into custody. And again, I want to thank everybody involved. The TBI has done a phenomenal job, as always, with the investigation. The other law enforcement agencies that have been mentioned, everyone, we are unified in our efforts to find him. So again, I just want to thank you for being here today and helping us get this message out. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Stephen Sutton, and I'm here today on behalf of Lake County Sheriff Brian Avery and Dyer County Sheriff Jeff Box to address two deeply troubling incidences that have recently affected our communities. This past Tuesday, we faced a heart-wrenching situation where an infant was found about 3:11 p.m. on Old Highway 20, abandoned in a car seat just off of Highway 412. The baby was immediately cared for by those who saw the infant be dropped off, and EMS was called to evaluate the baby. And I'm glad to report that thankfully the baby is safe and being cared for. And the Dyer County Sheriff's Office does have jurisdiction into the investigation regarding this abandoned child. In addition to the distressing scenario, we're also dealing with 4 tragic homicides that occurred in Lake County. And just as those before me have expressed, our hearts go out to all of those families and friends that have been deeply impacted with pain and grief of the actions that have occurred this week. Each life lost is truly a tragedy, and we extend our deepest sympathies to all of those who are grieving. And we want to assure you that we're doing everything in our power to uncover the truth and to provide answers. I want to take a moment to again express our gratitude to all of the law enforcement partners, state partners, federal, local, who have been tirelessly working around the clock to bring justice to these families. And their dedication and commitment during such challenging times surely are commendable. I must emphasize that our primary focus remains on locating Austin Drummond, who's still considered a suspect at large in these ongoing investigations. Finding him is our singular focus, and we urge anyone with any information regarding his whereabouts to please come forward. Your assistance is crucial in helping us bring closure to these families and restoring peace to our communities. We appreciate your cooperation. We appreciate your patience as this investigation unfolds. Thank you for your understanding as we navigate these sensitive matters, and we will keep you updated with any new developments as they arise. Thank you. Lake County Sheriff Brian Avery, Dyer County Sheriff Jeff Box.
Good afternoon. I'm Derek Tisdale with the Jackson Police Department, Deputy Chief of Police. First, on behalf of the Jackson Police Department and the citizens of this great city, Jackson, Tennessee, we want to express our sincere condolences for the family that has so tragically lost their loved ones. But what I want to speak to is what we're doing in this ongoing effort. In a collaborative effort, we are continuing to partner with the federal, state agencies to bring about the safe apprehension of this individual, Mr. Drummond. We as as officers of the Jackson Police Department, we have officers that are dedicated as task force officers and working with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, also with the U.S. Marshal Services. We will continue to do that. We will also continue to bring forth any and all resources that we have that will assist the other agencies in bringing this to bear. What we want, or what I would want to encourage, is that our citizens be aware of your surroundings when you're in or out or around your places of residence. We want you to be mindful of what we're putting out and be attentive to what we're putting out. Because not only are we trying to safely apprehend Mr. Drummond, but we also want to keep you safe. So on behalf of the Jackson Police Department, we will continue to partner with these agencies until this individual has been brought to justice. And if anybody sees this individual, again, I want to reemphasize what everybody else has said. Please call 911 or call the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. Thank you.
All right, we will open it up to some questions now if you have questions.
Adrianna Williams with Channel 5 out of Memphis. You talked about a sign of compassion that you all saw from Drummond. Is that him dropping off the baby?
Yeah, so what you're asking is when I mentioned a sign of compassion from the suspect. Yes, so they brought attention when they dropped the child off, brought attention. There were people nearby, and so brought attention to those people to come and get the child. Yeah, so in terms of the importance of Jackson to this investigation, obviously all of the area here, the Jackson, Lake, Dyer, this entire region, if you will, are critical in this investigation. Obviously, direct ties to the Jackson area, and that is why there is concern and focus. The vehicle being found here in Jackson certainly heightens that focus. So Jackson and the Jackson PD are critical partners as we continue to try to bring Austin in to be able to try to figure out the answers and resolve this.
Chris Grant again with Fox 13 Memphis. So do you guys believe Drummond had assistance in committing the crime, and do you think someone is helping him stay hidden right now?
Yeah, I hate not giving all the specific, but those questions that you're asking about if he was assisted and any, those are all details of the investigation that we won't get into at this time.
Brooklyn Ken with Channel 7 again. Is he on foot? Is he in another car? I know you said the car was found.
Yeah, Brooke, that in terms of is he on foot or if he's had another vehicle, those are all parts that we're still investigating.
Earlier, he was recently incarcerated. Were those charges aggravated robbery, aggravated kidnapping? Can you talk to that a little bit?
I'll yield to the general on that information. General.
Austin Drummond was convicted in Madison County several years ago for an aggravated robbery. He was sentenced to the Tennessee Department of Corrections, and he was housed at Northwest Correctional, which is in Tiptonville in Lake County. He completed that sentence. So it's what we call flattening the sentence. So he doesn't actually come out on parole or probation. He's just released because he's done all of his time in prison. While he was in prison, he received other charges. We actually took him to grand jury in Lake County because since it occurred at the prison, then it was in our jurisdiction. He had some drug charges that we indicted him for, and then shortly after that, he actually was charged and indicted in Lake County for attempted first-degree murder, which took place inside the prison. Because he completed his sentence, then that was just like any other sentence that a person on the street would have committed. So what happened is once he was released from the Department of Corrections, the Lake County Sheriff's Department picked him up just as they would anyone else, brought him to the Lake County Jail, and he made bond. So he has been out on bond on those charges when we think that this was allegedly committed.
Which of these pictures is the most accurate of him currently you all think?
My understanding is the one with facial hair.
Yes.
But understand that can change, right? That's just a matter of taking a razor to your face.
And for immediate family members of these victims, are there sort of protective orders that have been given to them since Drummond has not yet been caught?
Well, they're always going to be advised, just as we've advised the public, to be careful, be vigilant, always be watching their surroundings. But as far as any orders, it would be from a court or anything like that. There's no orders like that.
2 more questions, real quick.
Was this drug related at all?
That's part of the investigation. That's something Director Roush could answer, but I don't think he's going to be able to give you any information because it's a part of the ongoing investigation.
Anything else?
All right.
Do you have anything else you would like to say?
No, we're good. Thank you. Thank you for your assistance with getting this information out. And we will certainly, as information comes in for us to be able to make further comments, we'll reach out and make sure you're all made aware as we move forward. Thank you all.